Welcome back to Battle Cage. It's your boy Saif, and I'm coming to you with another video. Today, I'm going to look and reflect on what just happened this past UFC 320. I went live. I appreciate the new people that, join me in the chat. So your boy is back and we're making content. So with that being said, if you like the content that I present to you, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe to my channel. Comment down below about what you thought about them. The card, I thought it was a very good stack card, and oh boy, we got some to discuss. Let's get it. UFC 320 was an incredible main card event. The prelims were amazing, and even the early prelims delivered. So we had a lot of finishes. We had a lot to talk about, but I'm going to make it short and sweet for you. I'm not here to waste your time. So the king is back. Alex Pereira takes the throne once again as the undisputed UFC light heavyweight champion, and he shut me up like many doubters, because I'm not going to be the only one sitting here that says, oh, I doubted him. I doubted him. There were a lot of people that questioned Alex Pereira. They said he was washed. They said he was at the end of the line, and they thought Magomed Ankalaev could win. But little do we know that Alex Pereira was telling the truth. He meant what he said, and he was here to grab his throne back. So let's start from the very beginning. Veronica Hardy comes in as a whopping minus 800 favorite against Brogan Walker. Last round looked kind of sketchy. She's okay, but she's nothing special. Minus 700? Absolutely not. By any means of imagination, she is not. The greatest respect to her, but she's just trash, in my opinion. In any case, she gets the job done. Unanimous decision. Ramiz Brahimaj, a big underdog. Over 2-1 underdog, cashes in for a lot of folks. He was the lock of the week. Shout out to Jacob. He picked him officially. I also picked Ramiz Brahimaj, but I had the little balls to play him. Again, hindsight 2020 is always clear. Ramiz Brahimaj, shout out dude from the Bronx. He gets it done via second round submission. That's all we have. This one, again, another big favorite, Farid Basharat. A lot of people picked him. I thought he was going to win. Yeah, it was a pretty, back and forth kind of a fight. Chris Gutierrez, he's game, so he gave him the business. Total strikes, it was 61-56, but you got to give it to Basharat with 2 takedowns. His significant was actually good, and he had, decent amount of control time and damage to Chris Gutierrez. Unanimous decision. Let's get it. Up next, we had Macy Chiasson versus Yana Santos. A lot of people will say that Yana Santos won. I'll be one of those few that actually think that Macy did enough. And I disagree with the unanimous. If this was a split decision for Yana Santos, I would not be as mad. I just wouldn't be as mad. But I am a little upset. I think Macy Chiasson kind of did enough in the second round, and she did enough in the third round to definitely get that. So again, let me actually take a look at the second round numbers. They gave, this is insane. They scored 55 strikes to 32 in the second round. I know she got out volume in it, but again, maybe I'm emotional because I was actually financially invested. But in any case, Yana Santos was the more busier girl in the clinches, and she fought her ass off. So kudos on her. She gets the job done. The next one, this was the early prelim featured event, Punahele Soriano. I expected a much more, eventful appearance from Punahele. Punahele, wrote out a decision. He kept giving out the neck. He took 4 takedowns. There was a moment in the second round when Nikolai Varentikov actually reversed the position and almost submitted Punahele. So there's that. Besides, what can I tell you? It was actually a pretty boring fight. But again, you do have those fights. So Punahele, the new father, goes out there and gets the job done. So that's the wrap. We had Edmund Shabazian opening up the prelims. KO. He was a favorite. I picked him. A lot of people picked him. Round 1 KO. It was excellent performance. I feel like Edmund Shabazian is actually now starting to bring his potential. We all knew he was kind of okay, then he was getting, outclassed. I think Edmund is now in a conversation to be like, is this someone that we got to watch in the middleweight? And I feel like he got a future now. That's where I'm at. So Edmund Shabazian gets the job done. This one, we got to talk about this one a little bit. Again, because I was also financially invested in here, a lot of people had parlays with Patchy Mix. A lot of people, when I say a lot, I mean a lot of people, trust me. In any case, first round, Patchy Mix lost. No argument. No argument. The numbers were 28-11. Absolutely agree. He only had 2 takedowns. Didn't do much with that. 3 submission attempts because every time Patchy went in, Jakob would just grab the neck. So maybe they put weight on that. Plus, he had 1 reversal. Round 2, close round. Very, very close round. They have the numbers as 48 to Jakob, 35 total strikes for Patchy. Significant strikes, 31-25. Again, very close. But the 2 takedowns, again, he took him down, controlled him, neutralized the threat. I feel like Patchy got the second round. In the third round, the numbers, again, very, very close. They're giving total strikes 31-29 in favoring Jakob, 7-2 significant strikes. So again, even it was a huge takedown. The entire round pretty much was Patchy. Like, he controlled almost the entire round. He closes, I kid you not, I watched live lines as -3,000. I kid you not. Like, that's incredible. And they give a split decision win to Jakob. Again, maybe I was emotionally, invested in it. I was financially invested in it. And he just kind of they just took a shit on everybody's parlay. They gave it to Jakob, the newcomer. They said Patchy is trash. I believed Patchy trash. I was actually the entire time calling for him to be cut regardless, win or loss. And I feel like they said, you know what? Well, if everybody's calling for the cut, F Patchy, let's take the dub away from him. Let's rob him and send him home packing upset. And that's exactly what happened. Daniel Santos versus Jo Sang-yu. A big, another dog favorite, right? A lot of people were going with Jo Sang-yu. I think he lost because of his stupidity. He was showboating in the very first round. He won the first round decisively in my books. Total strikes 48-18. Daniel Santos definitely lost that first round. He comes out like a man possessed, bum rushes Jo Sang-yu with his face up in the air, showboating, smacks him, pow, pow, knockout. Finishes this dude with 21 seconds into the second round. Shout out to Willie Cat, shoot the box. Yes, Daniel Santos gets the job done. Excellent comeback. There's nothing to say. Atiba Gutierrez, a level 10 talent versus, no disrespect to Mr. Tristan Vines. He's not a UFC caliber. The UFC is going to give him another shot, and he's probably going to lose again because he was afraid of Atiba Gutierrez, but I would be afraid of Gutierrez too. I mean, just look at physical differences here. You got a savage versus a semi-athletic dad bod here. So, yeah, no disrespect to Tristan Vines, not UFC caliber. He would never be in the UFC if he didn't step up against this monster, because Atiba is a monster. But again, he's going to look like a monster as long as he's standing. Right now, he should be honing his weakness, and that is going to be wrestling. The higher you go and climb, you need to defend takedowns. You need to be much more aware, but he's a monster, physical specimen. There's nothing else we can talk. We now go into the pay-per-view, and Joe Pyfer opens up with Abus Magomedov. Once again, Abus Magomedov is the first round monster that he is. He controlled Joe Pyfer, but he looked absolutely dead in the first round. He needed to be woken up, and as soon as he woke up, as soon as he let his hands go, Joe body bags became Joe body bags. And there was a switch. Once I saw his face change, his facial expression change, I was live and I said it. I said, guys, Joe is back. He's activated. And once he starts slinging those hands, Oh boy, oh boy. So round one, takedown for a boost. He controls Joe Pfeiffer. Two submission attempts for Joe, unsuccessful. Round two, one submission attempt for a boost, not enough. Two submission attempts for Joe Pfeiffer, and on the second one, he gets the job done with a submission at 1 minute and 46 seconds of the second round. So once Joe let his hands go, once he heard a boost, he got it. He took it. Yeah, Joe, excellent win. This one is phenomenal. Yusuf Zalal, he's someone to watch. That's it. We got a featherweight contender to finish Josh Emmett with 1 minute and 38 seconds. As soon as he had that nice takedown, and then he went for the submission, and he basically got a verbal tap from him. I believe it was an armbar, it's fully extended. He tapped verbally. He let it go. Yusuf Zalal is, I don't know what he did in the regionals. Ever since he came back, he has been kicking ass, guys. His record is decent enough, 18-5. And you look at his return from the UFC, Billy Q win, right? Submission. Jaron Aarons, submission. Jack Shore, submission. He went the distance with, Qatar, but Calvin Qatar he's a monster. It is what it is, unanimous. And now he takes out a highly ranked, yes, aging veteran, Josh Emmett, but a first round submission. That's nasty, yo. So Yusuf Zalal, we have a contender. We got to put some respect on his name. This was the performance and fight of the night, and Yuri Prochazka deserves 100 grand. And I called it live. I said, watch this guy get the fight of the night and performance of the night. To get his ass kicked for 2 rounds, because that's exactly what happened. And kudos to Khalil. He employed the patient technical approach that we all thought he was going to do. Chaos is what Yuri needed, and chaos is what Yuri brought. Third round is pure chaos. There's a moment where Yuri literally hits himself on the face to awaken that crazy monster, the warrior, the spirit warrior, and he just goes bum rushes Khalil Roundtree. Again, I think that's the name of the game from now on. New approach: bum rush your opponent, throw caution to the wind. Yuri did what you're supposed to do if you're down 2 rounds. You don't become cautious, you go for the kill. So he was down 2 rounds. I saw him as high as plus 600 at one moment. Even some people told me he was plus 800 going to the third round. He bum rushes Khalil Roundtree. He brings the pressure. He brings the fire because he was getting his ass kicked. There were scary moments where I thought Yuri Prochazka was going to get knocked out. He gets the job done. You see this man walking after the fight, and he literally says, it was necessary. He's literally justifying why he had to endure the damage. But once he's activated, Yuri is, wow. His punches extremely unorthodox. It's so hard to counter it. Yuri Prochazka gets it done. We all were for Yuri. We love Yuri. So, Merab Dvalishvili once again proves why he is the GOAT. There's no more discussion. He is the bantamweight GOAT. To do what he has been doing, to get 20 takedowns and almost finishing Corey Sagan, almost knocking him out in the second round, I did not expect it. What he did was absolutely just short of superb, right? Flawless. Yes, he actually dropped the ball the first round, very competitive, but the man is on a 14-fight win streak. You know what I'm saying? And you want to look at his last couple of opponents, you have to respect. For example, let's start with, we'll go as far as, and look, he has been doing this. Like, he's been doing this for, his only loss is Saints here. Actually, 2 losses, right? He started with 2 losses. So he lost to Saints, decision. He got technical TKO against Ricky Simon. And then look at that. from 2018 September, from 2018. You're talking about 7 years now. Is my math mathing? My math is mathing, right? So almost 7 years now, he has been doing it, like doing it. You know, first low caliber, then Dotson, then my guy Steinman. You know what I'm saying? He was, do Marais. You know what I'm saying? And now this is the resume. This is the resume. You got Jose Aldo under his belt, former champ Peter Yan, former double champ Cejudo. Sean O'Malley took the title from him, made it look easy. He beat someone I didn't think it was possible to beat. There is an asterisk. There is an asterisk because I'm going to say that Umar Nurmagomedov hurt his arm. It was a very competitive fight until he hurt his arm. But I'm going to give it to him. He did something I didn't think was possible. Came in as a very, very, like crazy odds dog, right? He shot everybody up. Dvalishvili, again, goes out against O'Malley and submits this guy now. And now he fights a very, very formidable and dangerous striker with a incredible defense. And look at this guy. He almost finishes Corey. I mean, his resume is so impressive at this point. He has defended his title. He took it from Sean O'Malley, right? So then you have 1, 2, 3 successful title defenses. And he wants to fight in December. Like, this guy is a machine. I promised last time I won't doubt him. I hate doubting Merab at this point. I'm just going to say let him win all the time. Done. That's it. There's nothing else to say. And then we have the main event of the evening. We have Magomed Ankalaev, which I picked, against Alex Pereira, which I doubted. Alex Pereira reigns supreme. Wastes absolutely no time. Brings the fire from the very opening bell. Goes like a man possessed. Bum rushes. Brings the fire. Closes the gap. Powerful overright. Drops Magomed. Goes right on top of him. Assumes the top position because Magomed went for the leg, because that's all they can do. You know what I'm saying? That's their reaction. Go straight for the leg. He brings him down, rains body punches, brings the elbows, right? 12-6 elbows, hits him. The referee has to stop it. He ends Magomed Ankalaev via a KO, TKO. Alex Pereira, I mean, just give him what he wants. He wants John Jones. When originally John Jones called out Alex Pereira for the super fight, it didn't make sense to me. It was like, why? Now it makes sense. It does not make sense for him to go and defend it against Carlos Ulberg because, he's a young, hungry up-and-comer. Doesn't make sense to fight Yuri. He knocked out Yuri Prochazka 2 times. It makes no sense. What makes sense is now the super fight at the White House. Can you imagine we're talking about a fight at the White House? I mean, that's incredible. Book Alex Pereira with John Jones. John Jones wanted this fight. He called for this fight. He said, I want Alex Pereira. Didn't make sense to us before. It sure does now. It absolutely makes sense. The people they're going to go crazy. If this is announced, I know we wanted, John Jones versus Aspinall. I know we wanted it. It is what it is. They want the super fights. They're OGs. They deserve this now. They've done so much for the sport. What Alex Pereira has done for UFC is nothing short of amazing. He came up on multiple times, last minute call, saved the pay-per-views. He brought spectacular knockouts to our lives. He just potentially, quote unquote, saved the light heavyweight division, right? He made Magomed's reign look like a fluke. So, and I was a big Magomed fan. I'm still a fan. It is what it is. It is what it is. I have a soft spot for the Dagestanis. In any case, Alex Pereira deserves John Jones. If they both agree, he respectfully calls out John Jones after the interview. During the Joe Rogan, he actually gave respect to the late Arthur Jones. I had no idea. So to John Jones family, my deepest condolences. And I believe John Jones needs this. John Jones needed something to, if he's going to retire somehow, this is the way. The White House against Alex Pereira, one of the biggest stars in the UFC right now. Alex Pereira, Shama, it lives on. He respectfully calls out Jones in the podcast interview right after the fight. So that's what we do. The vacant light heavyweight, Yuri versus Olberg. I wanted that fight. I'm going to get that fight. And the best way for me to get that fight, if Alex vacates the title and he moves on. Doesn't make sense for him to fight Carlos Olberg. I feel like he might knock out Carlos Olberg and then it's over. You know, and then we're back to square one in the light heavyweight division. He deserves it. Dana White, algorithm, whatever you guys got to do. Let's make this fight happen as fans. White House next year, Alex Pereira, John Jones. Plus, he hurt his toe. He admits it. He hurt his foot. Gives him enough time to put on weight, prepare for something spectacular, and heal so he comes in ready. Let's make this happen, guys. That's all I have to say on this fight. Make sure you like and subscribe. You know what to do. Your boy is back with the heat. I'm out. Have a great day.